Today we have Bianca Reddy down from Johannesburg in our Cape Town studio. Welcome, Bianca.
Thank you.
You posted about your journey at ResourcePlus so far on LinkedIn, and it was such a great clip and montage and all the memories. We thought it would be amazing to come and hear a bit more about your story, about obviously how you've come to get here and your time at ResourcePlus. So maybe just let's start at the beginning. Your studies.
So I moved up to Johannesburg back in 2017 when I started at the University of Joburg. So I did my BCom accounting there. Then I finished it up in 2020.
Yes.
Most
Middle
difficult
of
year. It was.
COVID.
Some people thought it was easy because, you're writing tests at home. It was not easy. I finished my degree in 2020. Then I decided, I need to start looking for a job.
Yeah.
Deciding what I want to do with, next step for studies as well. Looked for articles. And then in 2022, I started at More Johannesburg.
And you were saying earlier you chose the CIMA route. Maybe let's unpack that, because I think there's... obviously, the CIMA and the CSA.
Yeah.
Just explain your thought process behind the CIMA.
Yeah, so I heard, a bit about management accounting when I was at UJ. Found it quite interesting. So decided, let me pursue this. And then, to my luck, a year or two later, it came out that, once you finish CIMA, you can actually then bridge and do CASA as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so currently that is the plan.
And so you've done, is it board one or is it straight bridging to APT?
So I'm done completely with CIMA, finished strategic level, just waiting for my practical experience to get signed off.
Perfect.
And then I'm already started with APT now.
Oh, that's exciting. I heard you were chatting to Rosette as well. You saw her also joining on the...
Yeah, it's so weird how, we were on a group call and then I see this name pop up. I'm like, I do know her. No. At least now I can put a face to the name as well.
Yeah, no, it's quite exciting. So you went into Moore Johannesburg, did your articles there, and what was your experience there? What did you enjoy the most?
So I think, articles on its own can be quite tough.
Yes.
But it was cool to be able to have experienced so many different industries.
Yes.
I tried out mining, I tried out cryptocurrency, wine farms, there was so many different things that I went into. And also I tried to stay in with all the social events that Moore had as well. Got involved there, got involved in the CSR committee. Now I kind of head that up as well. So just keeping busy in articles kind of made it a lot easier.
And what's one thing which no one told you and you didn't think was a thing, but which you experienced during your articles? What's one thing which, if you look back now, maybe 3 years to tell young Bianca, what would be the one thing you would tell her?
Stop being so hard on yourself. I know when I, did my first audit and got my first set of review notes, I was devastated. It felt like, oh my word, I'm doing something wrong. But as, audits went by, I realized, no, this is actually normal, and it does help you grow.
I think it's spot on. I think so many people take it as like a personal review note, whereas I think what I've told a lot of people as well, you're there to learn. I think it's impossible to have everything from day one, also the approaches, and I think how people, obviously the partners and them are signing off in their personal capacities. They also want to have their own ways of doing things so that they are happy. So I think those are things you can't learn unless you're doing it. So I think that's such an important one, that it's actually it's a learning experience. I think even rolling out into international as well, how things are done differently. Maybe touching on that now at ResourcePlus, compared to your time at local, what would be the maybe let's start with the easy one. The similarities between working on the international and local.
The first thing I think is, working with teams, smaller teams,
Yeah.
but where everyone is helping each other out.
Okay.
I think a major difference is now I'm not working on like a normal audit, I'm working on is investment funds.
Yes.
So another similarity is, just like on audit, we would work on multiple files at the same time. It's quite similar now on my international audit. But yeah, I think the similarities is everyone has always been really easy to work with.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting seeing how similar it is, even like because I think people sort of forget that we are still auditing to the auditing standards. So there isn't some magical, mythical difference in the UK or overseas in the Caymans. And then on the other side of that, the flip side, what would be one of the differences between international and your local time?
The biggest thing right now has been the time difference.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
So, when I'm kind of knocking off work, they're coming online.
Yes.
And I guess I had to learn like the lingo.
Okay, yes.
And try and change my language a bit so that they can understand me on that side. Because I would say like, I have a query on this file.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, do you mean a review note? I said, yeah, that.
I had a similar one where I kept saying to a client, the Fs. They're like,
yeah.
What is an F? And they're like, are you talking about the AFS? I'm like, yes, the Fs. And they're like,
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's been quite interesting.
That's awesome. And then in terms of your time of the CSI, what are some of the projects you've done in the past? And you said you got one or two coming up as well.
Yeah, so I started helping out in it maybe from my first or second year. And then from last year, I kind of took more of a lead role in it. We've done quite a few. We try and do, one event every single month and then two big events for the year. So yeah, in the beginning of the year, we got some dog food and cat food for a shelter. We went on a Saturday, we went and walked the dogs, played with the cats, played with a few donkeys and a confused horse that was just in the mix. We collected a lot of Easter eggs this year.
Oh yes, that was quite impressive.
We ended up helping, an entire school. We gave some to Childline as well. Right now, this week Friday, we have our cancer sprayathon.
Yes.
Where we're gonna, give in a cash donation. Everyone comes in, sprays their heads.
That's awesome.
I need to practice. I don't want to mess anyone's hair up.
See, I haven't told the Cape Town guys yet. So they did see the spray cans and they were like, well, what's going on here?
Who's doing it?
It was actually your idea, as you mentioned earlier, the Easter eggs. When you first told me the numbers, I had to check with you whether it was boxes or individual eggs. And when it was found out the numbers we were counting, it was boxes.
Yeah.
We had to pull up our socks in Cape Town. But by that, you actually obviously got us to collect as well. And we managed to help out the Amazing Grace upliftment centre here. It's actually just down the corner, which was great. And we had a massive Easter egg hunt. I think they'll probably still be finding eggs.
Oh, wow.
Because I think some of the guys, as auditors, we're very serious and took things very seriously. So we're hiding things behind wheelbarrows and things. And these kids were also very, very serious. But I think they may be finding Easter eggs for a while. So yeah, thank you for that initiative. I think the kids really enjoyed that. And so we got the cancer. You said though that it is a sprayathon.
Yes.
Which is a step down from the shave-a-thon.
Yes, I did check. No one opted to shave. I do understand it is a bit cold right now.
Yes, yeah.
So I do understand. But yeah, I think it's still going to be fun.
Yes.
We actually have a ResourcePlus team building from 12 o'clock.
Yes.
We're just going to be
tag it on there.
nose bang, coloured hair.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then in terms of any other CSI stuff coming up for the rest of the year?
Yeah, so for Youth Day, we want to probably working with Childline to try and help, pick a day, go in and help paint, help set up there. I'm just chatting to them about that right now. July, we usually do blankets for Mandela Day, and then we possibly do a soup kitchen, just depending. August time, we usually do like a sanitary pad drive, since it's Women's Month. So yeah, quite a few things coming up. Just trying to plan for the next few months. But yeah, I think it helps the days go faster, to just try and give back and offer that time.
That's awesome. And then in your personal time in Joburg, when you're not smashing the audits and stuff, what do you do to keep yourself busy? What are your hobbies?
My hobbies. Right now, I'm on this fitness journey.
Yes.
So I've been trying to go to the gym a lot more, been playing a bit of paddle lately.
Oh, yes, yeah. So is everyone.
Yeah. Did not win the league at work. Came out like 4th, but I mean it's better than
it sounds like there's a few ringers up there in Joburg with the paddle, huh?
It's very intense. About a week ago, I went rock climbing.
Awesome.
That was actually really fun. Right now, I'm trying to get into getting like my gun proficiency.
Yes.
To try and.
Sure, that's quite an exciting little side venture there.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of everything right now, honestly.
Sure, that's very exciting. And then in terms of at ResourcePlus, now you're obviously doing your APT.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So that feels like such an interview question.
Oh, yeah. Now you're giving away my secrets.
Okay. I see, I will be in my 30s by then.
Yeah, so behind your name?
Yes. So it'll be ACMA, CGMA, CASA. I think I'm done with studies by then. I think I would want to be in more of a managerial role as well. Yeah,
and then
terms of work.
You've obviously done quite a few industries. What industry interests you the most?
I would have to say like the nonprofits.
Oh, awesome. Where did you get that experience for nonprofits?
When I was on local audit, I had some experience on nonprofits.
And then what draws you to the nonprofits? What size of it? Is it the CSI aspect, or is it?
I think so. It's just something that's always been really close to my heart. Just giving back to the community.
Yes.
So from that aspect, I think the nonprofits is something.
That's awesome. Bianca, thank you so much for joining us here in Cape Town.
Yeah, thank you.
It's amazing hearing about your story. Good luck for APT coming up, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.